Good morning, everybody, and welcome to This Week in Dioramas. I am your host, TechChucker. If you aren't familiar with how this show operates, every week I go through Instagram looking for the coolest looking dioramas, and I showcase them right here on the show. If you would like to be showcased in a future episode, all you got to do is upload your diorama pictures to Instagram and tag them with the hashtag This Week in Dioramas. Now, we've got an awesome showcase lined up for you, as we always do. I'm super excited because I am finally done with school. Graduation went awesome. It was not nearly as long as I was expecting it to be. It was just a little over an hour long, which was unexpected. I thought for sure it was going to be 2 hours, and I was making my family sit through it, and yeah, that probably wouldn't have been awesome, especially since it was an hour drive to get there and then an hour drive to get back. But the crazy thing was, so as we were driving home, I didn't have anything big planned for when we got home. It was just we were gonna have a frozen pizza and just chill out at home, maybe play a little Fortnite or something. And as I were driving home, I was just thinking in my head, the thought popped into my head, like, wouldn't it suck if the heating element went on the oven and then we wouldn't have anything to eat? And so we get home and turn the oven on, and 15 minutes later, I'm like, why is the oven not heated up? Open it up, put my hand in there, it's barely warm. And I look, I'm like, oh my gosh, you've got to be kidding me. The freaking heating element went. It was just snapped off. Like, I don't know. Apparently now I can see into the future. So I've got that now. Now that I am a graduate, apparently I can see into the future. But only for mundane, stupid things like your oven is not gonna work and you're gonna have to then try and cook your pizza, a deep dish pizza, on your grill, which I proceeded to burn the crap out of the bottom of it. We had to scrape the cut the top portion off and just eat it. It was a disaster. It was an absolute disaster. It sucked, but it was funny. I had to laugh it off because that's about all you can do. So yeah, I've graduated. I still have some homework to do. We have one project report that still needs to get submitted by tomorrow night, which would be Sunday night. Even though I've graduated, I, one, don't know what my grades were to know that I actually passed. And two, I still have work that has to be done. And Friday night, I had to get on with one of my classmates to finish up our report for the other project. So it feels very weird and it doesn't quite feel done, but I don't know, I guess that's how it worked. Anyway, that's been my weekend so far. How has your weekend been? Let me know in the comments what you've got going for the weekend. Are you working on any dioramas or anything? But let's not spend any more time jibber jabbering. Let's get into this week's showcase because we've got some really awesome pieces to show for you today. Let's get our showcase going with the first dio from Diorama Land. It's a 3 3/4 inch scale Jabba's throne room. We've seen several throne rooms in the past. It's always fun to see different takes on the same sort of projects. This one looks really nice. I like the texture that you've got throughout on these walls. That is a really nice touch that you added in there. It just gives that much more contrast and character to the piece. So very nicely done. I like the little glowing lights in the back here. I think there's some closer in pictures. Yeah, we can see. And this looks to be like a printout of the actual stairway from the movie, which is pretty cool. And it really fits with the rest of the diorama. You did a nice job of matching the color so that it looks natural, like it's supposed to be there. And so that's another nice touch to kind of extend the look of your diorama so that it looks even bigger. Again, the red glow here is really cool. I like that. You just did a nice job with it. And this little bottom piece where the trap door is, that looks to be some sort of printed off piece or something. It's kind of shiny. And I like it. I think you did a really nice job. We've got these little slats up here, so then you could throw some light and have those hard shadows. That's another nice touch that kind of really happy to see. The only issue that you're going to run into is when the light is kind of shining off of that piece, then it starts kind of taking away from that, but you can re-angle some of your lights so that it's not doing that. But great job on this piece. Really nice to see something like this, especially Star Wars stuff. It's always fun to see stuff from Star Wars. Coming up next from 112 Wonders, the Beast is complete, and it'll ship to Storybook Heroes tomorrow. I think they're gonna really enjoy this. This is a great display piece. It's very tall and narrow, and it looks awesome. I wonder if this will fit in a D-tall, if you could take the shelving units out or the shelves out and just have this plugged in there. Really liking the way that this turned out with the different colors. You've got different styles on each level. It's kind of got a loft up here on this one, and then there's it's like a comic book shop on the bottom. That's a nice touch. And what's really cool is this portion here has kind of a cutout so that there's an entrance at the corner. You can see that this is like a corner bodega kind of shop, and then there's an apartment up above. There's a lot of details on here with like the floor trusses, these big beams. That's really cool. And then this like skylight thing that's just showing something. I don't know what that is, but there is something there. Then you could throw a little extra light to be able to get a different look and feel if you were taking photography. Wow, taking shots with this. I just really like this piece. It's a great looking piece. This storybook group person is they're gonna be pretty happy with this, I think. So nicely done. Next, coming from Mughaza and Black Joe Diorama. This is another one of those that, how are you guys doing posts and having an and so that there's two accounts? Saw that in one of the other episodes. How is that done? Anyway, it's finally done. Raw picture, literally no edit. 1/12 scale hallway, Daredevil inspired. This is really cool. I really dig the ambiance of this. It's dark, dank looking, and dirty, and old, and it just looks so good. I love the ceiling. It's got that nice weathering, so there's different paint patterns on there to make it look like there's some water damage or something. Just really looks good. All of this is just looking so very well done. I love the paint apps that you've got around the power boxes. The conduit and the piping just looks so solid. I am really digging on it. And look, we've got a little probably main power coming into the box. We've got another one here, a little bit different looking. Almost looks like it's a bendy straw or something. Really nice. I like the paint. The weathering on that looks so good. We've got some water damage here. Some just solid looking piece. Really did a great job on it, and I love the pictures. The lighting looks great. Oh, look at that. How cool is that? You're just messing. This is awesome. That's cool. I love it. Oh, I didn't notice. Oh, look at that. Okay, so I don't know if that's stop motion or that's just you in the back, just moving it, but that's kind of creepy. Without the sound on for me, that's really creepy. Love it. Absolutely love it. So great job. Next, coming from our friend Reco CH, does just breathtaking work. This is an amazing piece. He does a lot of these kind of elaborate apartment buildings, and they're always just so good. I mean, so amazing. Just look at the paint apps. The architecture, the design of all of this is just so good. Everything is so cleanly done, so natural looking. And look at, he's got Spidey here, just sitting here, giving us the stink eye. This is just a beautiful looking piece. Anytime you can see a Reco CH piece, you are looking at just an absolute work of art. It is just beautiful. Look at this. Look at the way that this looks. It looks even better on video. This is just amazing. I absolutely love it. If I could have a piece this good in my house, I would just drool and look at it all day. It is so natural looking. There's talent. The paint apps are just so beautiful. I love the graffiti that you got on there. The detail on the wrought iron fence is just wow. Wow, this guy is just so good. So awesome job. Next, coming from Visual Approach Photo. You guys know that I love photography and I love seeing action figure photography. If you aren't familiar with the ACBA stuff, it's what is it? I won't even say because I can't think of it now in my head, but I love seeing stuff like this. That's one of the reasons why I got into dioramas, is I wanted to be able to do some photography, and this is just some really cool stuff. See how the diorama just accents the scene that they've created. So let's see, the Jedi are extinct, their fire has gone out of the universe. You, my friend, are all that's left of their religion. So let's see, they made a new mountain diorama this past weekend, 30 hours in, still need to lay in some details on the base. Usually I share my progress in story, but this time decided I don't shoot many bright sunrise looking shots, so it took some getting used to. Had a great time talking technique with my great friend, draws backwards this weekend. So this just looks so good. Look at the detail on that rock. And this is the thing about dioramas, is sometimes the diorama is not going to be, you know, the focal point of the display, and that is okay. But the detail that you put into it is what is going to make or break your picture sometimes, and this just looks so good. You really did an awesome job, and I hope we can see a little behind the scenes. Look at that little backdrop that you've got there to make it look like it's... Look at this diode. This is so good. I love the stonework. It is so natural looking. You've really just done a great job. And I love this little piece that he's standing on. That is just awesome looking. Look at that. It's so natural looking. Dang, you did a great job. Great job with the photo. Great job with the diorama. I love this piece. There's so much cool stuff going on with this. So awesome job. Love seeing it. And I don't see that you use the hashtag, so I went and found this one. I hope that you will share your work with us. Use the hashtag This Week in Dioramas when you're posting, even if you're not posting diorama specific stuff, if you're posting pictures that happen to be using a diorama. I want to see that. Our audience wants to see that, I think. You guys want to see that, right? Let us know in the comments. Or do you like seeing, when you're scavenging through the This Week in Dioramas hashtags, do you like seeing when people are taking pictures and posting those up? I think most of you are going to say yes. So here's the behind the scenes a little bit, just taking a whole bunch of stuff and gluing it all together, and then I'm sure just starting to chip away and turn this into a actual diorama piece, and you just did a spectacular job. I love it so much. This next one coming from Terrafoamer. If you guys aren't familiar with them, make sure that you are following them on Instagram. This is a 1/12 scale sewer diorama. Did this dio with removable walls so that it can be photographed from any side. That's the other thing. I think we were talking about modular dios in one of the other episodes. Being able to pull a wall out so that you can get the angle that you need for a particular shot is also really important. So that's why if you're doing a 3-wall dio, maybe a 4-wall dio, you want to be able to pull a wall out so that way then you can take a picture from any angle and utilize all of those surfaces that you created. So think about that when you're designing your dioramas, to use magnets or something so that you can make those walls removable. But look at the skill set on this. This is such natural looking brickwork with the paint apps on here. The subtlety of the paint looks so good with the weathering. I just really am digging it. And look at all the detail that he threw in there on the ceiling with the pipes that we've got going here, and then this grate. That just looks so good. We've got some lights over by this door. This is just spectacular looking. I love all of the details. And look at the little railing here and over here. And we've got some nasty green algae goo crap that's just been sitting and dripping, and bleh, it's so gross looking. But this looks so much like a real sewer that we've seen in movies and whatnot. Just so many little details that add up into just this spectacular looking piece. I can't get over how good this looks. And look at, you get the scale here with Spider-Man. Wow, this is awesome. I love the door. The green looks good. The kind of rusted look on there. Dang it, Dang it, you guys you're just killing it. You're killing it this week. Next, coming from Utah Dawn. So we showcased this giant shelf as a work in progress, and I think it's still a bit of a work in progress, as it looks like there's still some work happening down here. But look at the progress that he has made on this. This is just epic. It is so incredibly epic. I'm so impressed with this piece. I'm hoping that over time you'll be able to put in some lights, so then you could change the colors of the lights. Maybe you want to do white light, maybe you want to do blue light, red light, whatever, to just add to the look and feel of it even more. But I just love the way that this has turned out so far. It's so consistent looking with the paint apps. Everything is coming together, and how big and how cool you can have these little markets and bar scenes and all of that. This just looks so good. So awesome job on this piece. It's just, dang, it is looking great already. Next, coming from Cheng Hank. We've showcased his work a few times, and it's always amazing. And look how tiny it is. So we've got this little 7-Eleven apartment complex, and you can see with his fingers in there, this is tiny. I mean, I don't even know what scale this would be. Probably smaller than 1/64th, maybe 120 something, I don't know. But the detail on this, I mean, I can't get detail on a 1/12th scale figure to look this good. And you've got this tiny little thing that's maybe about 2 inches high at its highest, and this looks so realistic. I'm just amazed at the detail. And look at that, we've got an interior. You can see the coolers inside. There's a light inside. This is just amazing work. I love it so much. I would love to have a little thing like this just sitting on. I need to work on something like this. That would be fun. Mine would just look like a thumb. That's about as good as what mine would look. So amazing work. Oh, it's right down here, 1/150th scale. Come on, jeez, that's freaking awesome. Next, coming from Mark Krug 75, we've also showcased some of his work in the past as well. Again, one of those creators that is just so talented. The detail, the paint apps, I mean, just look at all of this. It is so realistic looking. The natural look of all of this, it just comes together and is so impressive. I love the paintwork, the graffiti, and then the signage that you've got on here. It's just so incredible. And I think I have one more post that I was going to include. Yeah, this one, which has a little bit more light to it. I just, wow. It's so incredibly good. I love stuff like this. And just look at this door. It actually looks like a real door. Come on, you guys. You guys are you're just nailing it every freaking time. And last but not least, again, someone who's nailing it, Styro Smith Dio Arts. This is just an absolute work of art. If you haven't seen his work before, he sculpts all this stuff by hand. It's ridiculously cool looking. This little video is so cool where he's got kind of like this cloud storm effect happening. And let's go through some of these extra videos. It's just, I want to get to a post where we have some lights on. Let me just go through his profile real quick to find it, because it is old. But look at this. Okay, let's do this one. Look at all that detail. How crazy is that? How long has it taken to get to this point? So it's 1/12th scale. It's 5 feet tall. It's almost as tall as a person. Maybe a shorter person. This is incredible. There's so much detail on here. This is crazy. It's crazy. How? Literally freaking how? How does one do something like this? It's so incredibly detailed. You guys are just crazy. It's amazing the talent that is out there. So if you aren't familiar with this hashtag, This Week in Dioramas, or you haven't been using it, please do. We want to be able to showcase your work in a future episode. So thank you to everybody who has been using it, supporting the channel, all of that stuff. This is just absolutely amazing. Alrighty, there you have it, folks. I hope you enjoyed this episode as much as I did. I love the dioramas, the work that you guys have been putting in and week out. Make sure you're using that hashtag, as I keep saying, This Week in Dioramas. It's a great place for you to be able to post your completed dioramas so that I might be able to find them and possibly showcase them in a future episode. But then also, it's a great way for you to be able to just share your work with the community, and it's a great way for you to be able to search on Instagram and find all of the other creators that are out there, and show them a little bit of love. Hit a like on their posts, follow them on Instagram, leave them comments, all of that sort of stuff. DM people if you're like, hey, how did you do that? That is so amazing. How did you do that? And yeah, maybe people will provide you a little bit of feedback and help each other out on how to do stuff. But we're not going to spend any more of your weekend, because you need to go do some stuff. I need to go do some stuff. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, the bell notification, all that stuff. Leave a comment, share this video out with all of your friends, family, enemies, everything. And I will see you in the next episode on Monday. Don't forget. Have a great weekend, everybody.